What the hell is going on, guys? I'm just going to take a quick second here to thank everybody from the Instagram who came over to support the YouTube channel. It means an absolute shit ton to me that you'd come watch me, and I just cannot thank you enough.
Off of the Brandon Carr interception. Now Suckup will kick it off to Josh Cribbs. Cribbs backpedals from the goal line. Cribbs finds a running lane, breaks a tackle. Sidesteps another, and there he goes! Off to the races, Josh Cribbs!
Damn, man. You guys remember how exciting moments like this were? Seeing plays like this make me feel like a fat kid in a Twinkie store, all giddy and shit. A kick return for a touchdown is potentially the most exciting play in all of football. They bring crowds to life and have the ability to shift momentum in seconds. The thing is, they rarely happen anymore. We currently live in a world where 3 out of 4 kickoffs result in touchbacks. One of the most exhilarating aspects of a football game is all but dead. But why? Well, the easy answer is we as a society became a lot smarter. We finally decided that concussions are actually a pretty big deal. Advances in science started to piece together the link between repeat concussions and neurological problems like dementia and CTE. The NFL eventually started to get a ton of flack to alter the rules to reduce concussions, especially when tragedy started to pile up. Former players like Chicago Bear Dave Dworson tragically started to commit suicide. In Dworson's suicide note, he asked that his brain go to the NFL to be studied. They, of course, found that he had CTE. The NFL obviously had no choice but to make some serious changes at this point. When evaluating what changes to make, the kickoff was undoubtedly at the top of the list. Kickoffs are definitely the most dangerous play in football. 2 groups of grown-ass men running into each other at full speed is bound to lead to some concussions. From 1996 to 2007, there were 317 concussions on kickoffs. Far more than any other type of play. So, to counter this, the NFL attempted to reduce the amount of kickoff returns that take place. They did this by moving the kickoff from the 30 to the 35 in 2011. This basically makes it easier for kickers to kick the ball into the end zone for a touchback. From a strategic standpoint, it's also very appealing to accept your touchback as the receiving team. You guarantee that your offense won't have to set up shop from your own goal line. On the flip side, it's also strategically valuable for the kicking team to try to force your opponent into a touchback, because by doing this, you eliminate the chance of the ball getting returned for a touchdown. More rule changes would only increase the touchback rate as years went on. Running starts are also now outlawed, even when kicking an onside kick. Because of this, you rarely see successful onside kicks in the NFL anymore. A kick is now also considered a touchback when it bounces in the other team's end zone untouched. Also, the team receiving a touchback gets the ball at the 25 rather than the 20, making the security of a touchback even more appealing. Now, over 60% of all kicks in the NFL are touchbacks. Only 7 kicks were returned for touchdowns this past season. The most exciting part of the game is all but dead, and complaints are running rampant. Talk to an older NFL fan about their thoughts on the new kickoff rules. My dad freaking hates them. I asked him before writing this video, and he gave me an hour rant about how a man getting paid like an NFL player should be willing to return a kick. Honestly, screw talk like that though. It goes so much deeper than what people like my father think about kickoffs. Just because you're getting paid well doesn't mean you should have to sacrifice your health for the entertainment of others. The sad reality we must face is that the kickoffs as we know them are no more. So, it'd be in the NFL's best interest to replace the kickoffs in a more safe, yet also more exciting way. So, what are our options? Back in 2012, Commissioner Goodell was floating around a potential kickoff replacement idea. His idea more or less replaces the kickoff with a punt. The kicking team gets the ball on their own 30-yard line in a 4th and 15 situation. The ensuing punt then is the kickoff. To make up for the loss of onside kicking abilities under this rule change, the team would also have the ability to go for it on their 4th and 15 situation. If they got it, they'd retain possession. This idea never really took off, and obviously it never ended up replacing the kickoff. We also have the easy road if no one feels like getting creative. We just give everyone the ball on their own 20 or 25 yard line. This, however, doesn't take onside kicks into account, and it sure as hell is boring. I really hope they don't go with this one. It's just lazy as hell. We also have more extreme options. One idea would give the receiving team the ball on the 50 yard line. However many yards you gain in an unlimited down is where you get the ball. But you can also lose yards, or turn the ball over. A turnover in this hypothetical situation means the other team gets the ball. This idea could be really cool. There'd probably be a ton of strategy that comes out for this one play. Teams who are down could run some aggressive concept downfield to try to maximize field position, while teams who are ahead could just take a knee to leave them enough field to run the clock out. This one even approaches replacing the excitement of a kickoff, but to me, it falls just short. I'd still rather see a kickoff, personally anyway. How do you guys feel about these ideas? Let me know in the comments which one your favorite is. The final idea I want to discuss is just straight up ripping off the XFL and taking their kickoff, which is very appealing to me. Something like 90% of all kickoffs in the revised XFL were returned. In case you didn't know, the XFL made the distance between the kicking and the receiving team just 5 yards. The kicking team started on the opposing team's 35, while the receiving team starts on their own 30. The only players allowed to move before the ball is received are the kicker and the returner, with the kicker lining up and kicking from the kicking team's 30. This seems like the perfect compromise to me. You still have the excitement and explosive momentum changing ability of a kickoff, while also eliminating running starts and making the game much safer. I don't know why Roger doesn't just do this already. Even if the NFL disagrees with me and doesn't think the XFL kickoff is the way to go, they seriously need to do something. I'm sure everyone at this point understands that concussions are real and extremely dangerous, so the kickoff just can't exist the same way it used to. But that doesn't mean we can't at least try to find something to replace the excitement a kickoff provides us with. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate the absolute hell out of every single one of you. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing. It'll help me out an absolute shit ton in growing this thing in the future. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I'll see you later. Peace.